Hello and welcome to TradeFlow Television,
bringing you valuable analysis and actionable intelligence
for the global commodity markets.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. Ovantiv Inc. is looking to sell its Eagle Ford acreage in south-central Texas. Several people familiar with the matter said on Friday, the latest debt-laden oil and gas producer to put assets on the block to raise cash during this year's coronavirus-fueled oil slump. Citgo Petroleum Corp. Stopped contributions to employee 401k retirement plans on November 1 and plans to reduce salaries on January 1 to cope with the effects of the coronavirus pandemic, sources familiar with the move said.
Moving on to the top news in the agri-sector.
4-1 half-year high reached earlier this week on strong export demand and tightening domestic inventories. The soybean market appeared to be well supported at current prices, after the U.S. Department of Agriculture ignited a rally with a report on Tuesday that projected U.S. corn and soybean stockpiles at 7-year lows, said Tom Fitzenmeyer, analyst for Summit Commodity Brokerage. A total of 618,300 tons of white sugar is expected to be tendered against the December white sugar contract LSUZ0 which expired on Friday, trade sources said. The full breakdown by origin was not immediately available but sugar from Brazil and Guatemala is expected to be included.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
U.S. energy firms this week added oil and natural gas rigs for a 9th week in a row to the highest since May, as producers return to the well pad with crude prices mostly trading over $40 a barrel since mid-June. Oil prices fell about 2% on Friday, pressured by swelling output from Libya and fears that rising coronavirus infections may slow the recovery in the global economy and fuel demand. Hopes for a vaccine kept crude futures on track for a second straight weekly gain.
Moving on to metal price moves.
Brazil's Vale and China's Ningbo Zhoushan Port 601018 SS have signed a deal to invest around 4.3 billion yuan $650.6 million in iron ore storage and processing facilities in Zhejiang, a local government statement said on Friday. Gold rose on Friday as increasing coronavirus infections globally reignited concerns about the economic toll from the pandemic, while skepticism over the reach of a potential COVID-19 vaccine further boosted the safe haven metal.
Finally, we have the most recent news on the commodity market price moves. Spanish power company Naturgy said on Friday it had agreed to sell 96% of its Chilean utility Compañía General de Electricidad CGE, SN to China's State Grid International Development for €2.57 billion $3.04 billion. Naturgy, whose shares jumped 5.9% after the announcement, said it expected to book a pre-tax capital gain of about €400 million on the sale. Libyan oil production has now reached 1.215 million barrels per day (BPD), a Libyan oil source told Reuters on Friday, as the OPEC members' oil industry recovers faster than expected. The North African country's National Oil Corporation (NOC) said on November 7 that production had reached 1.04 million barrels of oil per day. That is all for today's news on the commodity market. Stay tuned to TradeFlow TV as we continue to provide you with more updates. You can also follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow TV1, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop.